Now, who's still having sex?
Not me.
Not me.
I tell you what, these toads.
They're begging for it.
Begging
Are
for
they
it.
having it?
Are they having it?
Who's still having
What,
sex?
long term? Some animals lock together for ages, don't they? Are we in the animal kingdom?
Well, Alan, you're in absolutely the right area in as much as you spotted our phrase "still having sex" as being having sex in a still position. So it is the species that most has to be utterly motionless when having sex that we could discover.
Is it nuns?
It's not nuns. It's a moth.
A moth.
It's a moth. It's a moth.
And so...
There it is.
Oh, right.
There it is. Beautiful, beautiful moth. It's the gold swift moth. And it's at its most vulnerable when mating, because it might move and exhibit ecstasy. So what it does instead is keep incredibly still so that the bat doesn't spot the twitch and the movement. But it has a wonderful repertoire of positions, sexual positions. It was unique amongst, because you don't want to disturb it. Look, there they are. I think...
Do you know what?
the
You
one on
went
the...
all David Attenborough. As though we were sort of just...
We were there, yes.
I think Stephen's worried about being attacked by a bat.
On the left, there is the standard facing position. And in the middle, an extraordinary upside down.
See the tiny moth cock.
Mr. Moth and Kate Moth.
Still.
Thank you. But they are a marvellous species, I think you'd agree. Yeah, the gold swift moth, it has to remain completely still when having sex. Now for something completely different. Who's still having sex?
The gold fish moth, what was it called?
This...
God, dementia
Swift.
already.
Gold swift moth.
The gold
Oh,
swift.
the gold swift moth.
The gold swift.
You get points for remembering.
Oh.
We are so impressed because it's very rare that anyone I could remember the question that's just been asked.
Oh, I was
We
so
thought-
close. I said
You
goldfish
were close,
moth.
I know. You got
Is this a new thing,
2
then?
out of
Master
3.
of memory?
Yes, that's right.
Wow.
Yeah, well done you.
Will we
Yeah.
get some slightly easier ones, like our names? Because my memory's terrible.
Mine's terrible.
Yeah, really
Such a
bad.
fabulously middle-aged new feature.
Isn't it?
Master of memory.
Well done for remembering something seconds ago.
Is it Neville Chamberlain? Anyway.
One of those rave parties.
Now, I'm open to a bit of artistic paper folding. Of course, the art of making folded paper models without cutting the paper comes from...
Japan.
No.
I forgot about that bit.
Yes! It does not come from Japan. Ori means folding and kami means paper. So the word origami comes from Japan, that is correct. But Japanese paper folding was done with white paper, which was both folded and cut. The modern version, in which we only fold and we don't cut it, often done, you know, you get the coloured paper on one side and then the white paper on the other side, actually imported from German kindergartens into Japan after Japan opened its borders in 1860. So the answer is that origami, as we now understand it, is German. Is anybody good at origami?
I did that thing. The only thing
yeah,
I've
that
done
one.
is that thing where he goes, pick a number, Josh. Oh, say,
3.
pick a colour.
Red.
He fancies you. That's all I've done.
How is it so accurate?
But I've got some very good ones for you. So, Josh, you can have... There we
Oh,
have a little
a frog.
jumping frog.
Frog.
And, Rich, you have a jackrabbit. There's a jackrabbit for you. And, Susan,
Yes.
you've got an elephant.
Oh.
And, Alan, what's this?
It's a blue whale.
No, this is a blue whale. All these years, still don't recognise it. There we are, there's your blue whale. A friend of mine, Chris Buddle, is brilliant at origami, and he made... This is a little badge. It is a $1 bill, which he has made into a badge for me. Isn't it stunning? And that is without any cutting. It's all folded.
Wow.
And it's beautiful. Josh, your frog is rather marvellous. If you press the back of it, it will... Yes. Well, it'd be less violent with it.
Oh, sorry.
It will jump.
Be gentle like you're touching a woman.
Well,
Let me show you, darling.
I've never wanted someone to fail so much, Aaron.
Right, so let's put our origami away, please. Still playing.
My rabbit. Look out for the car.
How can you tell the difference between a raspberry and a blackberry? Yes, Zoe.
Flavour.
You know what? Can I just say, we discussed this, a lot of highly intelligent graduates, and not one of us went, it's the flavour straight away. We went for something really clever, but
What
Zoe
do they come up
is-
with? It's flavour, isn't it? They taste
It
different.
is different.
I don't like them.
They are different, look at
Yeah, they are different.
Has one got a hole in the middle so you can place it on the end of your finger?
Well, that
Another one
is the
hasn't.
correct answer. So the thing is, you can't do it by looking at them because you can get a black raspberry. That is the thing.
Oh.
So you can't tell by looking at them, but
Wow.
you're right about the hole in them. So when you pick a raspberry, the middle, the stem or the torus pulls out. But when you have a blackberry, it does not. So raspberry.
But it's the flavour.
Yes.
It's the flavour. Surely it's the flavour.
All right, nobody mentioned flavour. Oh, I feel so foolish. So here's the thing with raspberries. If a raspberry bush needs to disperse its seeds by encouraging animals to eat them, why does it have prickles? Why would... Surely you want the animals to come and eat and disperse.
Oh, it likes...
It wants a particular sort of animal who isn't put off by a prickle.
Correct.
Wow. You know.
You are nailing the raspberry
I am on
blackberry.
fire. I was just waiting for the soft fruit section of this show.
So birds and small rodents, they're not bothered by thorns and they can dodge around them. And they are the ones that will take the seeds long distances. And that is what the bush wants. If you get a bear, a large mammal or something, they digest the seeds and then they dump what's left in a single pile of manure and they don't disperse the seeds. So
Or they make them into jam and sell them. And
I know, that's very... Very well done, Zoe. That was absolutely... You scored highly on that particular soft fruit section.
I like a berry.
What about a currant?
Not fond of currants. I'll try them.
OK, moving on. Honestly, it's like being in an old people's home. A blackberry with no middle is simply a funny-coloured raspberry. Why would you keep your brother in a cage?
If he was a bit like my brother, who used to like to pin me down and dribble into my mouth.
Oh. It's a funny relationship with brothers, isn't it? So my brother and I, we used to play this game at night. We'd turn out the lights and we would roll up a pair of socks and we'd throw them, and if you hit each other, then you got a point. And I always won. And that is because he had a luminous dial on his watch. And I never told him until his 50th birthday. And he's still cross about it.
I had a big brother who used to bully me, and I had a little brother as well, and he was one day in the bathroom, and he was nude, came out of the bathroom and just went, "I am a robot. I am a robot." And we thought that was pretty funny, and then we turned around and he had a battery sticking out of his bum.
Actually, we're going right back to Ottoman times. So, as the Ottoman Empire expanded, it was decreed that when a sultan ascended to the throne, he should kill all his brothers, and it was to prevent sibling rivalry and all that kind of thing. And then this guy pitched up, Sultan Ahmed I, 1603, and he said, I don't want to kill my brothers. He's obviously a nice guy. So he made this very special pavilion, and it was called the Cage, and they were cut off from the world, all his brothers. They were accompanied by eunuchs and concubines past childbearing age, so you couldn't have any progeny to mess up with the thing. And they spent all their time doing macrame.
Oh,
Yes.
lovely.
I know.
In the shape of a noose.
Yeah. And then if a sultan died without a son, one of the brothers would be taken from the cage and made sultan.
Right, so it's just a way of protecting the line, the lineage.
Yeah, it is
Right.
exactly that. But with the one who came from the cage, that wasn't just whoever's the oldest. There was terrible fighting. 1622, Sultan Osman II died by compression of the testicles at the hands of an assassin, Pehlivan, the oil wrestler. There are quite a lot of strange rules. One of my favourites, if a Grand Vizier of the Ottoman Empire was sentenced to death, he could have the sentence commuted to banishment if he beat the head gardener, who was also the chief executioner, in a race around the royal palace. So the vizier would be summoned by the gardener, and he would be handed a cup of sherbet. If it was white, it was all fine. If it was red, it meant death. And he had to run 300 yards from the palace to a place called the Fish Market Gate. And if he survived, then he could carry on living. And this carried on quite well into the 19th century. It's such an interesting period of history, the Ottoman Empire. So 1517, they had one of their most famous victories was over the Mamluks of Egypt. And it's largely down to the fact that the Mamluks considered guns beneath their dignity. They refused to use them. And then, so they were...
Idiots.
Yeah, exactly. Totally wiped out.
Yeah. Now, how can a bottle of whiskey save your life? Oh.
Well, in a fight, I'm assuming.
Is it the bottle or the contents?
It's the contents. Ingestion of whiskey.
Well, if you suffered trauma and you've got ethanol in your system, presumably you're going to be better off. Presumably...
Shut up! How did you know that?
Because I've had a lot of trauma while drunk.
You're absolutely right. There was a documented case where it was literally a bottle of whiskey. There was a New Zealand chef called Duthie who went on a vodka binge and he went blind. He was literally blind drunk. They think it was because he was on diabetic medication and that this basically turned it all into formaldehyde, which can cause blindness, as well as preserving you very nicely. And the usual thing is to put someone on an ethanol drip. They didn't have any medical ethanol in this particular hospital, but they did have an offie, so they went and got a bottle of Johnny Walker Black Label, and they put him on a drip, and 5 days later, he woke up with sight fully restored.
Wow.
On a whiskey drip.
It was a whiskey drip, literally a bottle of whiskey.
Sounds like a good name for a pub, doesn't it?
I think it's a fact, even if you have an accident or a serious injury and you're drunk at the time, you're probably more likely to recover than if you are...
Shut up again! Did you sneak into my dressing rooms and look at my cards?
I know this. I wrote a play, which is a lot about soldiers and how they deal with things. And some of the soldiers who were intoxicated in the time of the battle did better. They recovered better.
Well, you're absolutely right. Did you know this?
I always knew about the ragdoll effect. If you have the alcohol, and then if you fall or if you're in a car accident, because you don't brace, then it's the same as a baby. If you drop babies, they're fine. They just... So if you're drunk, that's why you recover quicker, because you just don't brace, and then it just goes through you.
Then you'll probably end up in more situations where you're likely to get hurt.
That is true.
You get other injuries. You get other DRIs, don't you? Drink-related injuries.
DRIs? I like the fact you know that. That's a bit We've got Mr Davis presenting with a DRI again.
My friend had a great DRI, but he managed to get home against all odds and then fell asleep against the radiator. A nasty burn on his arm he had.
There was like a practical joke that kids did when I was growing up, which was to fill a ball, a football, up with cement, for example, you know, from somebody's garden.
Oh, wow.
You fill a football and leave it outside a pub, and drunk men could not resist. Jesus! They just can't resist a football. I've got this one, Dave! It's a hell of a practical joke, but
it's... put a goalpost on the wall.
This is extraordinary. All I have to do is fill in the dots here. It was Lee Friedman of the University of Illinois at Chicago who spent 14 years examining this effect. He analysed the blood alcohol of 190,000 trauma patients. He found that with the exception of burns, death rates from all types of traumatic injury fell as blood alcohol levels rose. Which is extraordinary, isn't it?
190,000 seems like an enormous
It's a big cohort, as they would say, isn't it? Exactly, which makes it quite a respected study. Amongst the extremely drunk, mortality rates were cut by nearly 50%. Gunshot and stab victims, however, showed the greatest benefit, which wouldn't be the ragdoll effect, I don't suppose.
There's some kind of anaesthetic element to it.
There is the anaesthetic element as well, which I suppose makes you behave less dramatically in a way that increases blood flow.
I'm bleeding, you just think, you think, oh, look at that.
Oh, no. I just have a short. I'm going to have to go to the hospital. It's so busy on a weekend.
One more Jaeger bomb couldn't do anything.
What is it going mate. Come on, let's go to the hospital. They got a bar there. They have a bar there.
Hopsital.
I'm fine. I've been shot, but I'm fine.